They have that whole complex now. They have Hangar 29.
Wait. I'm tan right now, so that might give you
an indication. No, you're not. No, you're not. Anyway, thank you for coming in, guys. How you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you.
Doing good. I love the purple. That's a great color on you. And I love
the
quiet pattern on pattern. Yes, I think on screen it's coming across a little blue, but, when you got these kind of...
No, looks good.
Does it look good?
Look good from here.
Good, but you're 3 feet away. What do you don't have your glasses on. What do you know? But seriously, purple's good on you. Brings out your eyes and everything, man. You're looking good. Hey, listen, I got to tell the audience something. I'm gonna let them behind the Wizard's curtain just a bit. I was gonna say a hair, but that really wouldn't work for you anymore.
Okay.
So I get home from vacation yesterday. We had today planned for a number of weeks, and due to some logistical concerns, Richard, who's a third partner, is not with us today because he was traveling. And Monique and I were talking about today's show, getting ready, and all of a sudden I get a message like, Richard's not available. Can we postpone the show? And I'm like, begging and pleading that we don't do that because coming off of vacation, I had no backup plans. But thank you guys for coming in. Richard, we miss you. We're going to do this when you come back into town. All right? We'll make it happen again for you. But thank you for coming. I'm excited.
I can see that.
Yes.
It's wonderful. I love your energy. I'm like feeding off.
I am so excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, I love the gallery. And when I think you and I shared this story. When I walked in to meet you on that farmer's market, because my wife and I go there all the time. Mm-hmm. I've stopped in the past. I've given my cards out to whoever was there. And something, third visit was the charm when you were there that day. You were
saying about threes.
Right, threes, right?
Yeah.
The third time I dropped in is when you were there, and we started chatting, and we had a great conversation. You handled the marketing a little bit and promotion of the gallery. And I said to my wife leaving there, I said, I think I finally have the right person to at least starting a little conversation. Whether it would have ended up yay or nay or not, but at least I have the person I need to finally at least properly introduce myself to. I think it was meant to be, and I love the gallery. And usually when people think about art galleries or galleries, you usually think of these dark, paneled, like dank cabin, and I'm no offense to any multi-million-dollar galleries out there that are like that. But walk into your place when they see the commercial, and I know I'm kind of jumping the shark and not doing anything I planned on doing, but that's what happens on my show. I love that when you walk in the gallery, it's light, it's presenting. You can't help but feel good when you walk in there.
Thank you so much.
And you're greeted by a Mickey Mouse and an elephant and butterflies. How did you, again, I'm starting early because it's my show and I can do this. How could that concept of a gallery, bright, cheery, how did that come about?
Actually, it was Richard's brainchild.
Okay.
He's been involved in art and ladies' fashion his entire life as a result of being brought up in a family who had major stores on Worth Avenue in Palm Beach.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it turns out that one of the leading artists in America today, Alison Lefcourt, is actually our niece.
Oh.
Richard's oldest sister's oldest daughter is Alison Lefcourt, the pop artist.
Wow.
And through Alison, we've met other artists, including Michael Goddard, and we have a whole collection of things at home. And when Richard said, what do you think about opening a gallery? I said, well, why don't we represent a number of the artists whose work we have in our own home? And that's exactly where he was thinking. And so now we've been open almost a year and 3/4.
And I love the fact that it's a gallery that other artists can display their stuff in. And the very first time my wife and I walked in, there was a big Batman mosaic, I'll call it mosaic piece that was in the window by an artist that I happen to have known, who I met on First Friday years ago. And of course, we're talking about Anya.
Oh, yes.
When I walked in, and then it's just like, okay, this is pretty cool. That was the first time we walked in. And I was a Batman fan. I was disappointed it wasn't there when I walked back in to see you guys, but that's okay. I'm happy for Anya.
Well, we can always do commissions.
Yeah.
My wife will, hopefully my wife's not watching.
I didn't get to tell you that my dog is a Batman fan.
It really?
Yeah.
Well, there was a Bat Dog back in the animated days, so
Yes.
But no, that's cool.
Yes, but he's absolutely right. So any of the artists virtually are commissionable.
Sure.
Michael Goddard is a little bit of a different exception. And even
he can be commissioned, but it would cost a very pretty penny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if people understand, appreciate the value,
yes,
then it's going to be worth it, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's what value is all about, is what people are willing to pay for. And if they see the value in something, I hate to say this, I used to sell timeshare. And even though everybody vacationed, I did it for almost 6 years. I
Wow.
had a full head of hair, and then I sold timeshare. No. If people didn't see value in it, whether they bought it or not, then I obviously didn't do my job, where they didn't see the value in it. And that's what value is.
And
right?
the thing is, the wonderful thing is that we run the gamut in terms of styles, in terms of lesser known artists, in terms of well-known artists.
And you have jewelry there.
Yes.
I mean, it's not
Wearable
just
art. We do.
I
hats.
love that.
Yeah, we
love
really
that.
do.
And that's why I say this is not your typical gallery. When people use the word gallery, this is more than that. It's an artist's home. And you guys do other events in there, which we'll get to later on. For kids, we were talking about maybe doing something with kids. You have singing.
We want it, for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Exactly.
So
and I have a
looking
couple of
into that.
nonprofit. I have one nonprofit group in town that I'm doing work with. That is the CEO. His name is Justin. He's about 8 years old. It's called Hearts and Heroes. And actually, I'm doing an event. We'll be doing an event for them at the end of August where they're fundraising because he wants to go to Ukraine and help the refugees. 8-year-old.
How wonderful.
Okay?
Oh my
So
gosh.
when you talk about Make-A-Wish, you're talking about local organizations. We'll talk when you get stuck for people because I know plenty of nonprofits that can use exposure and support.
Excellent.
So, all right, let's get to some news. Speaking of money, one of the things I like to do, it's time now for Vegas and Rap 2.0.
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
Hey, welcome back. There you go. A little homage to Mr. Ricky Cash. Love you, buddy. By the way, his wife, John, I don't know if you know this, Kimberly moved back to Nevada.
No kidding.
Up north. They moved back in about a month ago.
Wow.
So she's back in the state, planning a ride back down here. Okay, it is time now. Listen, I've been away for a week, other than news about CCSD, short 1,300 teachers, and a really stupid board meeting this past week where they accomplished zip when it comes to dealing with all that stuff. One of the things I like to talk about are winners in town, right? And it seemed pretty quiet while I was away, but I found some stuff last night, and a lot of the stuff I found were on the local casinos, not necessarily all on the Strip. So I think that's pretty cool. But we're going to get started with one that happened on the Strip. Okay. Do you guys do you guys gamble at all? I mean, do you
Very rarely.
Okay. I mean, I'm the same way. It's I lived in Jersey. I was an hour north of Atlantic City, so it means nothing to me. I'll spend $20 and feel like I lost $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
We understand that
right, exactly.
very well.
Right. I mean, if I want to burn money that fast, just give me a match and I'll put it on a stack.
But we do like the video graphics on the penny slots. So.
I love it. Do they even have many penny slots left in town? Samstown used to have them all the time.
Maybe
Of
Fremont,
course.
at Fremont.
But
No,
they're all over.
They do have
They're
penny
all
slots.
over. It's just that you don't bet just a penny.
No,
You bet 75 cents usually as a minimum.
Well, and that's always about these big jackpots that people win. I always talk about how I wonder how much they've spent in the past to prepay for that jackpot.
Exactly.
But the ones that I have a couple of the stories about like what you were alluding to for like 75 cent, play and you win money. I got a couple of those stories. But let's get started with a big jackpot. A Las Vegas local put a $40 into a slot machine and won $10.4 million.
Oh, my
Is that pretty
goodness.
cool or what? This happened at the Cannery, speaking of local casinos. The gentleman's name is Jesus. He won $10.4 million, mega bucks jackpot, $40 at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay.
Good
So
for
he
him.
simply says this is life-changing money. What he plans to do with some of it is that he wants to buy a house for his mother with the windfall. So congratulations,
That's
great.
Jose.
That's so
By the way, I know somebody who needs some money, so look me up. Okay, so here's another one. This happened at the Paris, Las Vegas on the Strip. A lady by the name of Patricia from she's a Michiganer. She's from Michigan. Anyway, she won $416,040 on a mega jackpot playing 3-card poker there this past Thursday, hitting a royal flush at 11 p.m. after only 30 minutes of playing.
Can I get her number?
I was going to say, well, she says she's going to be booking a European vacation to help
There you
her
go,
three
John.
sons financially. So maybe she is looking for a gigolo.
Oh!
Not you, but she's probably looking for a gigolo. Anyway, so congratulations to
I
her.
know somebody.
She's taking applications, John. Here's another one at
I
the
get
Cannery.
permission.
You get Here's another one at the cannery. Someone was playing a checkered flag slot machine. This person won 20 grand.
Terrific.
These quick little hits don't mention necessarily all the names, just what they won. So I'm just going to go through them. Green Valley Ranch, Lucky Local turned a $100 bet into $56,000 on one of the slot machines.
We need to go there.
I think we do,
This
yeah.
is crazy. This is all the local ones. Aaron has the best voice in Las Vegas. Oh, thank you, Jennifer, my friend Jennifer from Hawaii. By the way, she usually comes to Vegas twice a year. And then she was just in town and whatnot. But probably when she comes back later in the year, she and I we try to connect for lunch. And I'll make sure we make it a way for her to stop in and see the gallery too.
Oh,
Terrific. Thank you.
All right. Oyo, the Oyo Hotel down on Flamingo, I think.
Oyo. It's fun to say.
Used to be the
Oyo.
Oyo.
Used to be Hooters for those who don't know where the Oyo is. To me, though, Oyo.
Sounds more like oy vey.
Yeah, exactly. That's Ay. Congratulations to Courtney. She hit for $10,337 on a Cash Falls machine. It's a great way to start the weekend. So 10 grand there.
Good for
Palace
her.
Station, a hotel that recently got remodeled not too long ago.
So
$6.25 bet, you ready for this? Turned into $12,525 for lucky guest.
Wow.
$6 into $12,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. Of course, take away taxes and everything. What does she get? About $1.50, maybe. Who knows? The Stratosphere checks in. Sergio, he won $24,000 playing Crazy Rich Asian Slot Machine. Also, Sunset Station Dancing Drums jackpot. Most of these are slot machines. How much pennies did you talk about before? 75 cents?
Usually you have to bet at least 75 cents to get anything substantial.
88 cents was turned into $13,754 down at Sunset Station at the Dancing Drums machine. That was a jackpot. Deuce's Wild Bonus Joker jackpot, also at something with Sunset Station in this run. $10 turned into $10,500. That's that piece of paper. Do you guys play Pi Gal at all? To me, that game just looks way too complicated.
No.
Well,
I had a good friend who, for years, that was his thing.
really?
Yeah,
was
his
that
jam.
person successful?
Yeah, I mean, because he stayed in hotels for free all the time.
No.
Yeah.
See, I usually sell timeshare. People say, well, I come to Vegas for free.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Well, no,
You
it's not-
prepaid for those vacations and hotel rooms.
He's gambling in Pi Gal, so he's
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
So he's
but
prepaid.
he was a high roller.
Oh, there you go. They probably gave him the whole hotel at one time.
Yeah.
So Dale played this was at the South Point, all right, where Jennifer likes to say, Jennifer, maybe you left a little too early.
I like the South Point.
Congratulations to Dale. An extraordinary feat on Pi Gal. You ready for this? $224,477 return on Pi Gal.
Wow.
Aliante up here in the Northwest. Someone was playing the 88 Fortune slot machine, walked away with $15,000. Caesar's Palace, $250 hand at blackjack turned into $100,000. Another Caesar's Palace, a guest, hit one of the slots. Caesar's Awards remember for another $100,000. Spin poker. Not spin the bottle, spin poker. This person at Green Valley Ranch hit Royal Flush, turned a $500 bet into $62,000. Sunset Station.
Who the hell bets $500 on a slot machine?
It must have been a high rent. Don't they have they have $5 slot machines? Do they have
Yes.
higher ones?
Yeah.
Do they? They
Oh,
have higher
that
than
I don't
$5?
I think
Well,
so.
That would have had to
My
be
mother-in-law would know.
$500.
That's right. You know what? It might have been those 5-line machines and $100 max per line. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is you ain't seeing me betting that kind of money. That's damn sure. Sunset Station again, $250. That was that. Ready for this one? Here you go. Luxury line jackpot. This will be the last one before we go to break. So, John, that's your heads up. $1.50. $13,675 in chances. Oh, Keno. Here's another. Do you play Keno at all?
Richard does.
Does he really? Well, I'm sure this wasn't him because it sounds like he was out of town. Lucky guest hit for $10,000 with a $4 bet on Keno. There was another Keno one I had here. Oh, video. Here you go. Video Keno jackpot. Congrats to a lucky winner for hitting $21,969 on a $1 bet. Wildfire hit also for a $5 bet turning into $15,000. All I know is since I'm here with you all on the air, none of that was me. But that's okay. I'm a winner because I get to talk to you, and I have great guests. So with that, we're going to step aside for our first break. Guess what of the commercial we're going to run? Green Valley Ranch. Green Valley Ranch. Holy cow. Desert Valley Gallery. See, I just read about Green Valley Ranch, and who knows whatever commercials John's going to run in there. Don't go anywhere. Aaron Zauer, these guys, we will be right back.
You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery. I've gotta have it.
So colorful.
I can't live without it. You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery.
Hi there. Welcome back to Aaron Zauer. That's right. These two people to my right, your left on screen, they're the ones you heard in that commercial. They wrote it, they sung it, they produced it, made John's life easier because all he had to do is put it all together and get it on the air. So there you go. He likes that.
John.
Well, guys, officially welcome now. Now we're going to talk about the gallery. We touched on it a little bit. So you and Richard have had that about a year and a half, roughly.
Correct.
When did you get involved with the gallery, Monique?
Oh gosh, that Ed and I. So we sing together,
Right.
And then we're going to talk about that later.
And they're going to sing in a bit, too.
Yeah, we're going to sing in a bit. And Ed basically, well, first it started with Richard asking me if I would help out at a retail place that they had just a couple days a week. They needed somebody to just fill in because of different things going on with employees. And I thought about it. I was like, all right, let me see. And at the same time, that didn't happen. And then he came to me, honestly, and well, I'll tell you, I'm a woman of faith. So I've been praying. I was like, God, I need some refreshment. I need color in my life. I need inspiration.
Well, you got the right place for a lot of color in your life in that gallery.
And then two different people soon after I was praying that asked me about working with art. And the second person was Ed.
Wow.
And he said, would you consider coming and just working, a day here, a day there? And that was at the end of last year. Mm-hmm. And I liked it so much, and we all worked well together. And I asked, and I stayed on. So I'm there part-time right now. But
part-time working 40, 50 hours a week.
Well, she helps us out behind the scenes as well.
Yes.
So she does things for us like editing the commercial.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's funny because when I was there that day and I brought up the option of you guys putting the commercial together, you looked at me like, don't offer that. I don't have time for that.
Well,
but you did a great job.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm under my feet under the desk all the time that runs. I'm tapping to the song and the music. I love it.
So
very jazzy. It's very upbeat to match the gallery.
Yeah, and that's the kind of music that we really love to do. We do all kinds, but Ed came up. He writes wonderful parodies, and so I create online content.
And he displayed some of them to me the day I met with them. Oh my gosh! And one of them was on Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
One day we'll just have you in there doing that.
Show.
That's what that is. We'll do that on a whole nother show.
Yeah, but we decided. They said, well, geez, can you do the commercial? I was like, okay, because they've seen what I do online, and I was very honored that they asked. And then we sat down, and I said, all right, well, let's find out a song that we want that's in the public domain. And then I said, Ed, would you please write some lyrics the way that you do? Mm-hmm. And so, it just started that way, and that's how we came up with that concept. I started filming things. I showed them a draft. Richard was like, I love it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then what you see is the finished product.
I love it. Now, speaking of which, before I go any further, you promised me an announcement after we ran that commercial.
Yes.
So pay attention, folks.
If you come into our gallery.
No, not if. When
you come into our gallery, thank you. When you come into our gallery and mention that you have either seen the commercial or you have seen excerpts of this show, Aaron's Hour, you just need to mention it and you will get 15% off your first purchase.
John, get back. You got to wait till the show's over, John. John, I need you at 1 o'clock. Come back, John. Come back. 50% off. Now, that's the first purchase.
15%.
1-5.
What did I say? 50? 1-5. John will pick
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
15% on their first purchase. And
Correct.
I know this is, I purchased some pieces when I was there with you guys. You enter them in the system, so obviously you're tracking history.
Correct.
So they will know if it's your first purchase or 10th purchase as to whether you've received the 15%. So my friend Patrick, who wants to go up there for a birthday gift, now you have another reason to get up to the gallery. Yeah. Diane out there, I know you mentioned you're going to stop up there. She lives on the other side of the city, but she does come up to this side. Jennifer says that's a great. Now, you guys don't sell anything online. Everything is gallery purchase,
Yeah,
correct?
because we really want people to come in and experience what it is that we're offering. And I do want to say something that is a wonderful surprise when you come in. Not only do we have an amazing collection, very eclectic, very unique, and we really support local and international artists. That's been just really one of the fundamental things of the gallery. Many gift options for you at different price points. I want you to understand that. So you come in and you'd see like a beautiful piece of jewelry. People are shocked at they are things that are affordable. And of course we have things that are higher end price wise.
But that's also based on the artists that you have in
Exactly.
there.
Yeah, and so there is an option. There are many options, and they're fun, interesting conversation piece type items that.
Well, Richard's whole point is finding that which is not going to be found in most other places.
Yes, yes.
Now, how long has he been in the art game? You mentioned earlier, but I wanted to
he
repeat that.
actually went to school for art history.
Oh, he did? Where did he go to school? Just out of curiosity.
Somewhere down in Florida.
Somewhere down in Florida. Richie from Minnesota, I see you're in the chat room. Thank you. Nicole's in the chat room as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So the purpose of the gallery was what? To bring all these eclectic artists together, but in a different format.
Yeah, it's a celebration really
Absolutely.
of
like
these
that.
people. And when I'm there personally, one of the first things that I noticed when I started working there was, positive energy. It's just, and it attracts people. It attracts children a lot
Absolutely.
because they look at all the little, especially Carlos and Albert, the little characters, the elephant,
Oh, yeah.
the bus that you guys see on the
Right.
commercial is a Carlos and Albert piece. They were proteges of Bustamante. The kids are so attracted to
And
the
you also have
colors.
Mickey and Minnie Mouse in there.
Yeah.
Oh
Who
yeah,
doesn't know
Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Yes,
I mean, come
yes. And Snoopy.
Snoopy was in
Snoopy
there.
is
Yep.
in down-facing dog position.
So that's
Yeah.
so that's for yoga folks. So the thing about the gallery is it's got anything for everybody, all walks of life, children on up.
Yes.
Which is, again, I love the gallery because, like you said, you talked about energy before. Is that you walk in there, you can't help but just walk in with a smile when you walk in there.
Yes.
Thank you so much
Seriously.
for saying that.
And I'm not saying that because you're a sponsor, because you're sitting here. No, I'm only kidding. I mean, because I'm the same way. I believe in energy. I believe people attract and connect for reasons. And
So do
energy.
we.
Absolutely. I love it.
And the other thing, too, is it's become more of a community space
Yes.
because we have also implemented artist showcases and a cabaret and cabernet series.
Talk about that because you have one coming up soon, don't you?
Yes. I am actually a retired high school English, theater arts, and dance teacher.
I forgot that.
And I tried to get into the business years ago, but I realized at the time I wasn't cut out for it. But I did find a niche in cabaret. And I have done at least a dozen solo cabaret shows in New York City. And after about 6 months of working in the gallery, I turned to Richard and I said, could we use this as a performance space? Because I know other galleries have done that. And he said, what do you have in mind? I said, well, what if we create a mini cocktail lounge environment in the gallery and do a cabaret series? He said, let's pitch it to the management. We pitched it to the management. They loved the idea. And we're celebrating our year anniversary of Cabaret and Cabernet at the end of August.
Oh my gosh! I remember
Yes.
that. That's
And
Do I know about that?
I don't.
Because if it's the end of August, I'll be in town.
I didn't know
oh,
that was
great.
our celebration. Yeah, yeah.
yes,
Oh,
it's
Surprise,
our year mark.
surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
And
yes, go.
next weekend on Sunday, July 23rd, with the doors opening at 7 p.m., we will be presenting Sandy Knights, who
I know
is a
Sandy.
sultry
She's been on my
songstress,
show.
and she is top notch with.
Oh, I'm glad you said top notch and not topless. I was a
Oh,
little concerned about
no, I wouldn't say
It is
that.
Vegas. No, I'm only kidding. Sandy's great. I love her.
Yes, she's top notch, and she does classic rock songs and postmodern jukebox hits.
Absolutely. She is great. So that is what day?
That's Sunday, July 23rd. Doors opening at 7, show starting at 7:35.
Is it inside the gallery?
It's inside the gallery.
Seating is very limited.
Seating is very limited, yes. We can only seat up to about 30 to 35 people.
Ticket information?
Ticket information, $30 a ticket plus tax. You can get the tickets by calling us directly at the gallery at Area code 702-476-0767.
Give that number again because John is writing it down and he can put a scroll on the bottom
Great.
of the screen.
Okay.
That's 702-476-0767. Of course, you can pop into the gallery itself, the address of which is
Tivoli Village.
Tivoli Village.
Yeah.
Yes, it is 410 South Rampart Boulevard, Suite 145.
It's by the valet round
Yes.
for people who want to have
And if you wish to Zelle, you can do so by using a personal cell phone, my personal cell phone, 516-426-2339.
There you go. So check it out. And then what's the one in August?
The one in August is actually going to be done by Eleanor and Jerry Vargas. They did a Sinatra and Friends review for us in March. They were very successful. Actually, most of our performers have sold out. And they asked if they could be considered to do another performance. And so when I was looking into who I could possibly book, I gave Eleanor and Jerry another call, and they jumped at the chance. So they'll be in on August 26th. It's a Saturday night with the doors opening at 8 and the show starting at 8:35.
So give me that information so I can continue to promote it, of course, and announce it.
Great,
But
thank
for any
you.
of these events that you have, if you need an MC, somebody to introduce, start the night, let me know.
Oh,
I'll be
Okay.
happy to do it.
Nice.
Great,
I
thank
do
you.
want to point out. So again, seats are very limited. They are on a first come, first serve basis. So even though you purchase a ticket, you need to show up and be there because people do wait in line. And even though we'll say, oh, we're going to open the doors at 8, for example, people often sort of get their way into the gallery before. Yeah, so that's number one. Number two, when he mentioned sell, you do need to call the gallery and let us know that you're doing that. Don't just sell the money, which is great. You could do that. We could go gambling, but no, just kidding. But definitely call and let us know because we keep a running list and then we check people in to make sure that they have purchased tickets before they get
There
to
you
come
go.
in.
Do they get like a wristband or something?
Oh, wouldn't that be? It's not that big of a place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But no, and then some of it has to do with we have safety restrictions,
Sure.
that are put on us. But
And you guys have to move a lot of stuff around.
we really
Yes,
do.
we do,
It's a
because-
very planned evening.
Yes, because the reason why it's called Cabaret and Cabernet is that besides just the show, you get the opportunity to partake in wine, soft drinks, cheese, charcuterie, and
Finger
desserts.
Yeah.
All for the
Any chocolate
price.
in those finger desserts?
Of course.
Yeah.
Chocolate is my all-time favorite thing.
Yeah.
That's why we get John,
Yeah.
sit down. Sit down. Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, John.
And it's a really fun evening that not only do you get a great show, but
Right.
it's great networking. You guys, I've invited several people that maybe are new to town
Mhm.
and they want to meet more people. And Ed and Richard just know they have a plethora of interesting people. Yeah.
I heard you use
Your
that word
SAT
earlier.
word, yeah.
and-
Yeah,
Yes.
It's like the Groucho Marx word of the day around here.
but it's really a fun evening.
Yeah.
It's very charming, and you don't have to dress up unless you want to. People dress in all different
Mhm.
ways, and
As long as they're dressed,
as long as
Yes.
we don't. Okay, I know this is Vegas, but
but not at the gala.
no.
No, I like it, and is that Labor Day weekend or is that the week before Labor Day weekend?
Labor Day weekend
It's-
typically
it's a little later.
September.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it depends on when the first falls out. So
Yeah.
it sounds like
It's
the week
before Labor Day.
All right.
Weekend before.
Well,
First Monday in September is Labor Day.
Okay.
thank you, John. I know that. So, all right. So when you're ready for that to actually be broadcast or starting to take tickets, let me know because I'm going to get.
People are already buying now. We will let
Yes.
you know. Yeah,
And
in
how
fact,
much
I
are
just
tickets?
sold
How much
one.
are tickets?
$30 plus tax.
And I've already sold one for the 26th of August,
Yes,
by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
And
So
another
the 26th, is that the same one or is that a different thing?
No,
That's
the
a-
August 26th is already starting to be sold.
Right, okay, but you just
We just told you about July.
July
And
23rd
August,
But we
yeah.
were
and
talking
August
about
26th.
Sorry, that was a little shop talk.
Keep with me here, Monique. I'm still on vacation.
We
a
have
little
tickets
bit.
available for
right.
both
You know,
performances that
yeah.
are coming up.
Yeah.
All right. So when I get home and see my wife tomorrow after all my basketball games I got to do, we're going to probably sneak in for 2 tickets.
Awesome.
And then if I'm coming down, if you need MC, even if you need MC stuff, whenever, I'll always swing in. All right,
Thanks so
we're
much.
going to step aside for a break a tad early. Why? because I'm going to ask these guys to go over to Studio 1A and they're going to entertain you with a song called Suddenly Seymour.
Yes.
Yeah, if you know what show and movie that's from, good for you. Anyway, you're watching Aaron's Hour, which is great because that's my name and that makes sense for the title of the show. We'll be right back.
With our award-winning patented Ultimate 3-in-1, pack wrinkle-free in our innovative garment bag, generous duffel, and all-purpose day pack for incredible versatility. Experience easy wrinkle-free packing with quick access to travel essentials. Exclusively ours, an extension pocket for longer items or additional storage. Avoid check-in fees and lost luggage with our patented wraparound garment bag and duffel for a single carry-on. Easily hang the garment bag at your destination and use our duffel as a pop-up drawer. Back at home, the duffel and garment bag fold neatly into the day pack for compact storage. Travel smarter and simpler with Ultimate Luggage.
Great. Now that's what I'm going to say. Welcome back to Aaron's Hour. Monique just messed me up with the introduction. So if I get it wrong, it's her fault. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. I have people here from Desert Valley Gallery. That's right. They've been doing a great job talking about the best gallery in town, Tivoli Village. But now you've heard them on their commercial, but now you're going to get to hear them sing here in studio live. They're going to be doing Suddenly Seymour. Who do I have here? Ed Murray and Monique Muffet Hester. You're going to enjoy it.
Here we go. Stand by.
Lift up your head, wash off your mascara. Here, take my Kleenex, wipe that lipstick away. Show me your face, clean as the morning. I know things were bad, but now they're okay. Suddenly, Seymour is standing beside you. You don't need no makeup, don't have to pretend. Suddenly, Seymour is here to provide you sweet understanding. Seymour's your friend.
Treated me kindly. Daddy left early. Mama was born. I need a man, and I'd follow him blindly. He'd snap his fingers. Me, I'd say sure. Suddenly, Seymour is standing beside me. He don't give me orders.
Oh, never.
He don't condescend.
Not at all.
Suddenly, Seymour is here to provide me sweet understanding. Seymour's my
Tell
friend.
me this feeling lasts till forever. Tell me the bad times are clean washed away.
Please understand that it's all strange and frightening. For losers like I've been, it's so hard to say. Suddenly, Seymour.
Suddenly, Seymour.
He purified me.
He purified you.
Suddenly, Seymour.
Suddenly, Seymour.
Show me I
Yes, you can. Learn how to be more the girl that's inside you with sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding.
With sweet understanding. Seymour's your man.
Woo! Wow, John, come back on me while we get them back. Oh my goodness. You know, doing this show for as long as I have, actually for 17 years, I get the opportunity to sit in front of entertainers and singers live in front of me while you guys are watching. And I always get good. Yeah, you can go around back that way. You can cut behind here. It doesn't matter. We're live. They see you're not on the set. But I get goosebumps. My goosebumps are still, I wish you can zoom in. My arms, right? I have goosebumps on both my arms. Maybe because I'm cold. No, it's because I just sat in front watching these two wonderful performers sing that too. That was tremendous.
I have one
Thank
thing
you
to
so
say.
much.
Yes, sir.
Eat your heart out, Ellen Green.
That is
Thank
great.
you.
And I mean, that's tremendous. I mean, look, they're still standing up. Look at that. They're
Wow.
still standing up. And like I said, I mean, I've obviously watched a lot of people perform, and every time I bring someone in, it just seems like everyone just keeps topping each other in my mind. And I get the best seat in the house, like even better than front row seat, to watch up close and personal the performers that come on. And during the day, it's not an easy task for people to sing this early in the day. Now, I know you're not singing every night, perhaps. You have the other thing going on, but a lot of people, when they come in at noontime and they're like, you want me to sing? I just sang till 3 in the morning last night. I mean, Sandy even sang in here. You mentioned Sandy before.
Right.
So that was tremendous.
Thank you
Little
so
Shop
much.
of Horrors, correct?
Correct.
So what's your affinity to that song? Why that song for you guys? Obviously, it works well for both of you, but
Well, Ed actually is the reason that we started singing as a duo together.
Okay.
So we both sat in with a band called High Rise. That's
Okay.
Tracy Mitchell and Matt Mitchell head
Okay.
that up. They're wonderful. If you haven't seen them, you've got to see High Rise.
Absolutely.
And we each sat and sang and on the same night.
Okay.
They had us up, and we both heard each other. And then I guess Richard leaned over to Ed and said, you got to go talk to her and have her sing with you, because he would do the Stephen Eady review, right?
Yes.
And
okay.
yeah, so he came and talked to me. And getting back to why we chose that song, he has been largely responsible for the songs that we bring to the table. Even
Okay.
Richard, he'll say, Monique, you've got to do this. One of the songs I do from Cabaret, maybe this time. And Richard was like, you need to sing this song. You know?
He gets involved in the playlist.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
so Ed is a wealth of knowledge
Mhm.
when it comes to music and facts and songs, and it's such a pleasure to work with him
Sure.
because he's a consummate professional, but he's all heart. You know, he brings things to the table for me. I'm sorry, I just can't say. And
But that translates
Yeah.
into the gallery.
yeah.
And that's why I asked this, because you could see for, the passion in just, singing that song here in the studio. You're not in front of hundreds of people like you would be in one of the showrooms, or thousands of people. You're here performing for my audience in front of 2 people live here in the studio, myself and John. But you guys bring it like you were singing in front of 20,000 people. And that
Thank
energy,
you.
though, seriously, you have to perform. One thing I've learned in this industry and all the different things I've done, you have to perform the same whether you're in front of one person
That's right.
or a million people, because it's
Yeah.
the first time for those people to hear it, right? And
Yes.
see it. And that's what you guys bring into the gallery. You bring that energy, that chemistry. And again, Richard's not here, but I spent time with the 3 of you that day. The 3 of you together. I mean, forget about Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus here. And I mean that lovingly. I'm not saying it's a
we are
circus.
bringing tigers in, did I tell you?
Oh. As long as it's not that Tiger Joe guy
I
from
know.
all. Anyway.
Oh, gosh.
But no, seriously, but
Yeah.
that energy transforms into what you guys do in the gallery.
Thank
It's
you.
hard work to run a business.
Thank you.
The gallery and the things you got to do to be successful in any market. I mean, what I do, what John does, what anybody out there is, I mean, my friend Jennifer, she's a teacher out in Hawaii. You have to have that passion for it.
Yes.
But translating into a gallery for the way you guys have it presented with that lighthearted feeling, what folks just watched and listened to for 3 minutes, folks, you got to think about that translating into the business that these guys are in and why the gallery is the way that it is. I have to say that.
Well, we're really a family there.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yes.
you come in and you can be waited on by Suzanne or Sam, Samantha, but she goes by Sam, or Richard, myself, and Ed. I mean, we really, it's a very welcoming environment.
Absolutely is.
I'm going to say something on a personal note too. I've really learned you never know who is an art collector. You never know. And I would say to people, we can never judge by people's appearance,
Right.
what somebody knows,
Mhm.
what they have, who they are, where they're coming from. We get multiple different kinds of people. And we live in Vegas.
Of course.
They
Of
come
course.
in and they
it's
want
a
to
very
just
transient city, and
Yeah.
people reflect that.
and it's a wonderful place. I mean, naturally, we want you to come in and we want you to find something that you love so much so that you take it home. At the same time, we have many people that come in after date night
Mhm.
and they just want to walk around because it's sort of set up in like a circle and you can just walk.
John
through the
Taffer would
little-
call that a butt funnel, where you get that's what he calls it on the show. Seriously, Bar Rescue, when he wants
Yeah.
people to flow in a certain way, he
Uh-huh.
calls it a butt funnel, because that's the direction you want people. Sarah, I can't make that up.
Yeah,
I really
right. I know.
No, but you're right, though. It is
Yeah.
set up in a way, and
Yeah.
you gravitate that when you walk in and you're looking, or you want to, you see something over here, but I think, and then all of a sudden your flow is going in that one direction. You can't help it. It's
And
obvious.
there's so many things.
Right.
So we always encourage people, I do especially, I'm like, okay, you've got to look up, look
Right.
down, look sideways.
That's true.
It's
Exactly.
all
You're-
over. You'll miss
yeah.
the elephant. The
Exactly.
elephant, y'all, that you see in the commercial, it's up high
Yes,
right now.
it is.
And then
And-
Richard always keeps things so fresh.
Yeah.
Moving things around.
Yeah.
And we're in constant communication with our artists.
Mhm. How many different artists are you guys repping in the store?
Approximately 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we get approached by artists all the time
Right,
to
I'm sure.
be
Now,
represented.
did they sign an agreement
Yes.
with you as to how long and all
Yes,
that? Okay.
usually we do either a 3 to 6 month contract,
Okay.
and we see how things work.
Right on. Right
Yeah.
on. Now, I know Anya's been in there for a while, because I've
Yes.
seen her stuff. So
Yeah,
obviously,
she's a staple.
yeah, she's, and I messaged her when I bought the pieces. I said,
Uh-huh.
sent her a picture
Oh,
of it.
I
Saying,
didn't know you did
look what
that.
I got! Look what I got! Look! So, but yeah, no. So it's great that all transforms. That you guys work well together as a family, because you bring that to the gallery. It has to be that way,
Thank you.
in a way that in this town people expect customer service. Right?
Yes.
This is what Vegas is all about, whether it's a casino or otherwise. And people forget that businesses like the gallery or standalone business, whatever you want to call them, you have to have that same service, because otherwise people ain't going to want to come back.
Yeah. And we make
You know?
a point to remember. I mean, when I work with a customer, I take notes,
Mhm.
about different things. I mean, it's important that you remember I just had somebody come in, a customer. They're a wonderful organization that actually gives service dogs to disabled vets. So she says, oh, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to bring my aunt. Well, she did.
Right.
So she came in, she bought some more. She's the one that I sold the moon to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
And she came in, and then her aunt came in. We had such a good time. 3 of us women sitting there like we were thick as thieves, and thinking about
Sure.
what they were going to spend. And
Sure.
we were just talking about things in the gallery. And it's really a wonderful experience.
It is. So I want to remind everybody, mention this show, Aaron's Hour, mention the commercial, whatever you guys want to do. Go into the gallery, first purchase only. They track you. They stalk you to make sure it's only your first purchase.
Do that.
15% off your first purchase. Okay? Mention the show, get 15% off. Mention the commercial, whatever. As long as you mention Aaron, it'll connect for them. 15% off your first purchase. So, Patrick, you better get your butt in there, buddy, if you want to take advantage of that. Jennifer out in Hawaii says your song was great. She loved it.
Thank you
And
so
she
Jennifer.
much.
mentioned
Thank you.
Cabaret is her favorite musical and movie, and she
Ah.
bets you sing those songs so well.
Oh, yeah.
She does.
Oh,
As a matter of
thank you.
fact, one of my all-time favorite movies, second only to The Sound of Music, is Cabaret.
There you go.
And I had said to Mo, she definitely could handle that role of Sally Bowles.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you.
we have about 10 minutes left, and I've spared you some of my crazy questions I like to ask and throw at people.
All
These are
right.
like,
God.
Right?
yeah, at least I'm not doing a dad joke. This
I'm
is a
not
full
afraid.
honest.
Go ahead.
Okay, so these are like spur of the moment, first thing that comes to mind. But I do have a favor to ask of you within the last couple of minutes. We've been focusing obviously on the gallery, which is what I want people to do. We talked about some of your parodies. Come up with a short one. I want people to get a flavor of that, to see some of your other talent, because I think it's fun. Because listen, you can
He's
stroll
really
around
Such a wordsmith.
listen, you can do fiddler and give me a little snippet. That would be okay too. Because I want people to understand that when you see them at the gallery, this is also what they do. This is what they do to entertain. And who knows? Ed may walk up to you and start singing gibberish, and you'll think it's a good song, but he's just fooling around with another song. Who knows? It's talent. But in the meantime, while you're thinking, I'm going to start with you.
Yes, sir.
Favorite actor of all time that you like to watch? Movie, TV, it doesn't matter.
Favorite actor?
Yeah.
I could answer favorite movies. I could
Get to that one. I want actor
so
first.
Favorite actor?
Maybe it's a person in that movie.
Probably, honestly, Jack Nicholson.
Oh.
I think,
Yeah.
I
He
think
was
he's
best
amazing.
Joker, by the way. I loved him in Batman.
Yeah, he was great. I love his movies, and I love the way that he plays off of people.
Absolutely.
I also love that he is said to be a very nice man.
I've read that.
Yeah, that means a lot.
You want the
to me.
truth? But you can't handle the truth.
Uh,
Favorite actress?
Lucille Ball.
Oh, yes.
As someone who has loved comedy and has been a student of theater from the time I
Sure.
was a kid, I consider Lucille Ball to be my greatest teacher of comedy.
Yeah.
People forget she had a true movie career before getting
Yes.
into the TV
Yeah.
stuff with
She was
Desi.
amazing.
She was
a dancer.
She
Yes.
was,
Yeah.
and I would say she was brilliant. She was because she's no longer with us.
Right.
But whether it was in one of those movies, and she performed with many famous actors
Brilliant,
across the
brilliant
world.
and timeless.
And I think that the TV show, in a way, kind of buried that a little bit later on in life. John?
She was also responsible for getting Star Trek on television.
That
Yes.
is correct. It came out of Desilu Productions. That's
Correct.
right. Yeah, that's correct. Thank you.
She refused to do it. They tried to sell it all over the place. Gene Roddenberry.
Right.
And she finally said, "You guys put this on, or I'm out of here."
Wow.
I forget that came up
That
in the
is so
credits at the end.
great.
Very,
Right.
very true.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite movie of all time?
Gladiator.
Really?
Yeah, I actually walked down the aisle to Now We Are Free. That music.
Wow.
I just love it. I love the strength. I love the scenery and the costumes and the time and the music is so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was League of Their Own, but no. I'm
Okay,
kidding. No,
well,
I love
yeah.
that movie.
Second one is
Okay.
Shawshank Redemption. I'm a different kind of.
Let me
gal.
tell you, that show's on TV all the time.
And I watch it every time.
And I turn to my wife and say,
Love
look,
it.
there's a movie we haven't seen in, 2 days?
But I love it.
Favorite music genre? So I'm not going to ask you the same question.
Broadway.
Favorite song of all time from Broadway? How's that one?
Favorite song, one of them is Suddenly Seymour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And of course, Cabaret. And if I may give a shameless plug, when Richard and I first started to go on cruises together and there would be a passenger talent show, what would be my standard to sing but Cabaret?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's
Uh-huh.
cool.
Mark Maynard, if you've never seen Mark, he does a Frankie Valli tribute show.
Mhm.
Terrific.
Okay.
He just jumped into the chat room. Mark, I love you, brother. You just jumped in. That's okay. You know the show's available on replay on Facebook, YouTube, Roku. But what you missed, Desert Valley Gallery at Tivoli Village. These guys are there. That's their place. 15% off your first purchase. So if you have a birthday gift, you want to give yourself something, whatever, gotta stop up there, Mark. I trust you to do the right thing and get up there because they're going to come see you. You go see them. That's how we work around here. What is your favorite all-time song so that when it comes on in your car, now you wouldn't have this problem. I would, because if I sing, I embarrass myself, but I don't care. The windows are rolled up. I'm going crazy. I don't care. What song is that for you?
Wow. I would say I can't give a favorite song. I would say anything and she's not on the radio anymore, but Barbara Streisand.
Yeah.
Anything Barbara Streisand. Anything, Yentl. Anything Sarah Vaughan.
Yeah. Okay.
I like older music.
All right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite all-time car that you hope to see in your driveway one day under the presumption you don't already have it?
Well, I've
These are tough
always
questions. I
thought
asked some tough
about
questions here.
having a Volvo convertible.
Okay.
But from what I understand, they don't make it
That's
anymore.
a Volvo dealer calling.
Yeah. It's like ready to. I'll set
That's
you up.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. It's going to call. I have no idea who it is. That's my screener there too. All right. He's going to get ready to tell. Do we know who it is, sir?
They wanted to know if I was happy with my long distance service.
All right. There you go. At least there was a call. Okay. So you got a Volvo. All right. What's your favorite meal, top to bottom, starting with appetizer?
These are hard questions.
Listen, you think the questions were easy before. This is where the show really
Really?
starts.
Actually, I can't wait to answer that question.
Really? You want to? Yeah, because
You want to think about it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let
Go
me
ahead.
answer.
You go first.
I absolutely adore shellfish. I don't like regular
Don't
fish.
be shellfish around us.
Yes, exactly. So, top to bottom, you have to start with
I did that one for you.
a shrimp cocktail,
Absolutely.
followed
With very
by,
good tartar sauce.
yes,
Can't be weak.
with good horseradish.
Coming
in it.
up soon.
Okay, so a shrimp cocktail, followed by a cup of New England clam chowder, followed by a steamed
That's the white one,
lobster.
right? The white one?
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I agree.
Yes,
Creamy one.
a steamed lobster and steamed mussels
Oh my gosh.
as well.
In one meal?
In
And
one
now what's
meal.
your main course? No, just kidding. How about a dessert? Dessert?
Oh, anything chocolate.
Oh, that's right. We talked about
Yeah.
adult beverage to go with it. What's your? I mean,
No, actually,
no drinking during the
I'm
meal?
not much of a drinker at
Okay.
all, and because of some kidney issues that I've had to experience recently, I drink almost nothing but water now.
You and I will compare notes later. I think we may already did that. Richie from Minnesota says, sounds like fun, great stuff. Mark, I will need to visit their place. You better, Mark. Tell them you just saw the show here. Who else is out there? Jennifer. Saying hello to Mark. They're talking in the chat room.
Hi, guys.
Sorry, we'll just keep on with our show while you guys talk. It's okay. Happens in all the shows. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to let you off the food one. Bucket list
See,
vacation.
I would tell you a meal.
Okay. So
Okay,
give it to me.
I'm
What do you
about
got?
the experience of food.
Okay.
So my husband used to take me to a place in Ventura, California on
Okay.
Main Street, and we would have a seafood pizza.
Ooh.
It was amazing, and it was in. I like any pizza that is probably pizza is one of my guilty
And
pleasures.
you got to hit Marsigliano's Pizzeria on West Sahara.
Oh, okay. Did
Oh,
they
yeah.
do the fire in the oven like
No,
that?
they don't do that. But he's
Okay.
from Staten Island.
Oh.
Okay.
But he'll
'Cause-
pretty much put anything together on the pizza that you want, as long as he has the ingredients.
Okay.
So
Okay. I love
chicken parm.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I appreciate good food, good service, good conversation, and good wine. That's
Okay,
kind of a
that's
perfect,
fair.
a perfect
gotta be an
evening for me.
experience, right?
Yeah. So you're going to ask maybe about the one classic, Rufino Classico. I like
Okay.
Chianti
Okay.
with my seafood pizza.
There you go.
And a good friend of mine, Tony,
What
that
seafood
came,
do you
he
have
just
on the
brought.
pizza?
It depends. Sometimes like octopus. Yeah, a little
I can
bit.
do the rings on calamari. That's it. I can't do the legs and tentacles.
Yeah,
What
I
else?
don't mind it 'cause I grew up eating a lot of sushi. My father was all about
Shrimp?
experiences.
Put a little shrimp on there.
Grilled
shrimp?
Yeah,
Scallops?
you could put it. But I love vegetables as well. Yeah.
Green olives.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yes.
Well, that's kind of.
Doesn't that kill
it's
pizza
not really a
when you
vegetable,
put
but-
vegetables on it? That's like those Hawaiian pineapple
Yeah.
things. Come on.
Yeah.
That's not
I
pizza.
have to make some grilled vegetables for you. I have really people that do not eat certain things like vegetables.
You talk to my wife about how I eat greens.
Yeah, no, but it's not going to be green. I'm telling you, we're going to talk because I'm going to talk to your wife and I'm going to tell you.
Great. I'm getting thrown under the bus.
No, I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. Well, maybe not that dramatic.
Monique used to be in
I had
catering,
fun. I wanted to follow
I was
up
a
with.
caterer for
That's
5
true.
years.
That's
yeah.
I forgot about that.
so she knows what she's
Just saying,
talking
I have
about.
converted many no vegetables.
Well, let me tell you
Because of my
something.
husband,
If you were to convert me, which I would go to the sports book and bet the under that it won't happen.
Okay.
Because I know my tastes and I know probably things you would probably try to cook. However, if they're smothered in chocolate, maybe.
I can think about
maybe.
that.
Anyway, all right. Couple last questions. I'll let you off the hook because we are running out of time. If a movie were made, I'll ask this for both of you. If a movie were made about your life somewhere in the future, who would you like to see star as you in said movie? And you can answer for Richard if you want to. That would be a fun question to ask him.
Well, that's a great question. Actually, I have been told that Woody Harrelson and I could be brothers.
I could see that.
And I think he's a wonderful actor, and he is far more talented than we saw just when he was on Cheers.
Yes. But you can see that in the different types of movies he's been in since, too. I see Woody Harrelson for you. How about for you?
It's a toss-up for me, but I like Mariska Hargitay.
Oh, I love
yes, from
her.
Law and Order, SVU, and all those.
I like her a lot.
Nora Jones.
Nora Jones.
I haven't
For
seen
me?
I can see a little Sandra Bullock in here. Yeah?
Sandra
Yes.
Bullock, that would
I
be
get
one.
that.
And then the gal that played in the original Mummy movies, I can never remember her name. She's an English actress.
With The Rock and Brendan Fraser and that
With Brendan Fraser, yes.
Fraser.
Yes.
Okay.
So that gal, you guys know who that is. I can never remember her name. But
Just
that
put it in the
girl-
chat room if you know what she's talking about.
Yeah,
I don't,
you guys
because I don't
know.
watch scary movies. If I
The
want to get
Mummy.
scared, I just look at my
No,
check
no,
account.
like that scary movie.
No,
Well, sure it
not
is. It's a
scary.
mummy. Abbott
No.
Costello meets the mummy. That scared the crap out of me. If I want to get that scared, I just look at my checking account every day.
Oh.
I know.
But I'm
Bum,
chinked.
yeah.
Exactly. Feel free to use that, by the way. All right. Last couple of ones. Who is your favorite superhero, Batman or Superman? I know yours because you're a dog, right?
Batman.
Good answer. You can come back.
Spider-Man.
Turn off his mic. He is done. Usher. I try to give everybody hints here. No. Actually, I grew up watching obviously Adam West. I mean, that was the class. But then Spider-Man, the cartoons, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, all that stuff. He would probably rank up there if I had to, give him, if I have to go away from Batman. All right, last serious. This is relatively serious. So, when the day comes, and it's going to be many, many years from now, that you are at the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there to greet you, wants to welcome you in, what is it you want to hear them say to you upon your entry? And I'm going to presume you're going to enter. That's under the presumption. So what do you want to hear from them as you're walking in the gates? Who wants to start? Because this will be the last question, and then we'll say goodbye and get you off the hook.
Well, probably something along the lines of, well done, good and faithful servant. We've been waiting for you.
Nicely done.
Thank you for making such a tremendous impact on all of the students that you took under your wing
The business card is only so long here, Ed. No, I'm only kidding.
when you taught for over 30 years.
Really? Where did you teach again?
I taught in New York State, on Long Island for the most part.
Where upstate? Just kidding.
No, on Long Island.
Okay, out
Yes.
on Long Island. Okay.
So I started my career at William Floyd School District out in Shirley and the Mastics. I took a year and a half off to pursue performing and realized that I really missed teaching and I missed the lifestyle that teaching afforded.
Sure, especially on Long Island.
Yes. I ended up being fortunate enough to work for 26 years then at Mineola High School. I grew up in New Hyde Park, which is just the neighboring town.
Yep.
And then after I retired from there, I was actually asked by a friend who taught in a middle school, actually an intermediate school as it's referred to, in Queens, if I would sub there.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that and I had a blast. I got back into substitute teaching. And when I first came out here, I even taught for a couple of years.
There you go. I love it. I mean, you guys are educated. Your background is education is what you just shared. Your education is also, you didn't teach in a school like he did, right? That I don't know of.
No.
But what you teach and how you do it on your, we didn't even talk about your own little tea talk, that we didn't get to that, and that'll be for another time because you do have your own. Real quickly, give a plug for that if you'd like.
Oh, thank you. So I host online. It's called Tea Talk. You can go to my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube channel, or my Facebook at Monique Maffei Hester. At Monique Maffei Hester.
Spell-
MoniqueMaffeiHester.
I fixed my phonetics to get it right.
Yeah, I told him before, this is what threw him. So when I was in catering, I used to tell people how to say my name, and I'd say, just think, because it was Monique Maffei Cuisine, I think it was. I said, just think of unique buffet, Monique Maffei, and they're
And I screwed it up.
So, and the Hester is my married name. That is the crown on my head. I'm very proud to be a part of the Hester family.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mark,
Yeah.
for your kind words. Appreciate it. Always good to have you checking in. All right. Again, I love the gallery, if for no other reason, because of what it brings to the community and what they bring to all ages. You don't have to be 45 and over to appreciate it. You want to go in, have fun. You want to soak in some energy and meet these folks and see what's in there. Do so. Stop in there, because I guarantee you, if you're just going to stop in, if you're eating lunch over at Cafe Leone and you walk down there, you're not walking out empty-handed, because you will find something that will catch your eye and take advantage of 15% off by mentioning this. You see how I segued all that in there?
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think I hurt my back on that one. Anyway, 50% off on your first purchase. Get in there, say hello to these people. And the cabarets will announcing and all that stuff. You will want to step in there and be part of what they have to offer, each and every one of you.
Can I say one last thing?
Absolutely.
So
then we're going to say goodbye.
Think about this, y'all. When you come into the gallery, it's the same thing as when you're out and about and you hear a song on the radio and it takes you back to a wonderful memory. What we're selling in this gallery are stories. They're memories. They're triggers to bring you to places that you've once been, someplace you want to go. It's a dream. It's a goal. It's an inspiration. So come in and see us and find your story at Desert Valley Gallery. We invite you to come in.
That should be your tagline. Come in and find your story. I like that.
That?
I like what you just, seriously, as a tagline, come in and find your story, because you're right. There is something in there that will take you back. The only thing missing is the smell of gasoline at the beach. That's what I love. But anyway.
We'll work on that.
Lisa do so. All right. Guys, thank
We
you
do
for coming
bring
in.
candles.
Yeah, but do they smell like gasoline?
No, but we can make a special one for you.
Well, I tell you, it's somebody who used to sell Scentsy. They had one of burnt rubber from race cars, and they brought it to a networking meeting. I thought I was going to keel over in the chair.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Kathy. Anyway, but I love Scentsy. Anyway, all right, with that, guys, thank you all for watching. Here's a great thing. I'm not going to be here next week, so this entire show, you're going to see it again next week, because there's no reason why I wouldn't want to rerun this. You get to hear them sing again. All the information real quickly. Give the gallery information, phone number, and all that stuff real quick.
Phone number 702-476-0767. Address 410 South Rampart Boulevard, Suite 145, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89145.
And make sure you get in there and take advantage of 15% off your first purchase by mentioning you saw them on the show. Aaron's Hour, whatever you want to do, make sure you tie it back to the show and get that 15% off. Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having us.
Richard,
Aaron.
you're
Thank
next.
you.
When we get back here in August, you're
Yeah.
coming in at the end of August or whatever date we pick. to make
Inside
that happen.
Tivoli Village.
That's right. Stop by Tivoli Village, right across from the little valley circle. That's right there. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please, 3 words: hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Yes.
118 degrees here, whatever it is, keep drinking some water. I'm not talking adult beverages. Water is going to be the best thing for you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Be kind to everybody. Why is that? Or I'll see you live in 2 weeks. Next week, you're going to see this show all over again. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Be safe, be happy, stay hydrated. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thank you.